Hey YouTube, this is Scarecrow Kaiser. I'm going to be here right now doing a deck profile of my Spike Brothers deck. It's changed pretty decently since the last you saw it. I've changed it up a bit, got to play test more with another friend of mine who's a very good player, Jeff. He also runs Spikes. I got some good play testing experiences in with him, seeing his version and stuff, so I updated it a little bit, so let's get started. First, for the grade 3s, we got 4 Deadly Emperor. This card is just amazing. It's very arguably the best thing that ever happened to Spike Brothers. Very good card. If you paid attention to the first Bushiroad event that happened last weekend, you would see that there's that guy who didn't run these. I'll be making another video about that guy and that deck, and basically the guy admitted that the only reason he didn't run this card was because he just didn't have them to run. And then next, grade 3, we got 4 Juggernaut Maximum. Very, very good card of the deck. He's your beat stick, finish the game off card. Next, the grade 2s, we got just 3 Black Panther. Most decks typically run 4 10k beat sticks, but for this deck, I don't feel that it's necessary. Obviously, still a good card, that's why I have 3 of them here. But for this deck and the combos that the deck has to pull off, I would rather not run him in exchange for other stuff. But still, he's a very good card. Next, we have 4 High-Speed Bracky, which most people would argue is very much a staple. Yeah, he does what the Juggernaut does, he's just slightly weaker. Very good card, required I think. I don't know why I'd ever run less than the 4. And then last we got 4 Field Driller. This card is really good in this deck. Typically there are other clans that have a guy like him, but none of them are really good. Pretty much Field Driller, the only deck that has a card effect similar to his that I like it in, is Spike Brothers. It's very good. It's very good turn 2 Vanguard. Your opponent hits you, you take your 1 damage, you get this, you ride this guy as your Vanguard, counter blast with the Mecha Trainer, go get Wonder Boy, swing at their Vanguard for 15. They're probably not going to block it, because if they were to like 10 shield against this and you hit a trigger, your attack will hit and you'll draw and they wasted the thing. So they'll probably most of the time just let this attack go through if it's the Vanguard, and you'll get your +1, which is very useful for this deck, so that you can have enough resources to push your opponent into that death range so you can limit break and kill them, but still have enough cards that you can make that last push, put the 2 cards from your hand in, and everything. I think it's a very important card. I really like this card. Grade 1s, we got 4 Wonder Boy, staple 8k beat stick. Then we have just 3 Cheer Girl Marilyn. Most decks nowadays run 4 Perfect Guards, but in this deck I don't feel it's necessary. In fact, I feel like you could very easily get away with not running Perfect Guards in Spike Brothers because how aggro focused it is. I prefer running stand triggers though, but not running 4. I think it's a little heavy. 3 is where I feel comfortable with. Next we have 4 Reckless Express. Very good card. It's a good booster, 7k, and it can substitute out for Bracky and Juggernaut. It still has the effect, it still gets the job done, it still pulls off the combo. I like having the option of 12 combo pieces in the deck and it being a good booster no matter what too. And then last for the grade 3s, or grade 1s, we have 3 Medical Trainer. I kind of didn't appreciate this card as well as I should have at first, and it's because he's not good for the reason most people think he's good. Like, you read his effect and you go, oh, he's for putting more soul in so you can blast with your guys. That's not actually why I find this card good. The soul slightly helps, it's not really that important. The reason this card I find good is if you're a good player and you know how to count your triggers and your other cards and stuff, you can play this card at a strategic moment when you know you're more likely not for the top card of your deck to be a trigger, so that you can soul charge that card and make it more likely that you will hit a trigger. That's the reason why I like this card, not so much that he helps with the soul, but the fact that he makes it more likely for me to hit triggers. That, and he's a good 7k booster. And then last we have the trigger lineup, which is pretty typical. It's 8 crits, 4 heal, 4 draw. Stand triggers aren't very good in this deck if you know how to play the deck, because of the way the combos go off and stuff. The stands would just be awkward and mess things up. And then we have the starter, Mecha Trainer, very good. I prefer him ultimately over the Smart Leader. I've played the Smart Leader before, done really good with it in tournaments, but I prefer the Coach because he's just more consistently good. Mostly that he goes and hits me the Wonder Boy, so I can, on my second turn, play the Wonder Boy and Field Driller. And the Smart Leader is good and puts pressure on the opponent, but it's a minus ultimately. So, and that's it for my Spike Brothers update. Thank you for watching.